I got up at 4 a.m. Just chilling out with him. Been watching the kids all day, so yeah. Rich Abundant Rising. So this is day 3 of my 30-day challenge, and it says state of memory, but I don't have any core memories aside from what I curate for myself that brings about fulfillment. I was just thinking memories with family, memories with siblings, memories with mom, memories with dad. Whenever I would go to my dad's house, he would play his music, and we would just be around him. Like back in the day, we would go fishing. Like it would be me and my brother. The last time we went fishing for real was when my brother was close friends with his homie from high school, and him and we had went out with my pops to go fishing, and that was the last core memory that I remember with my pops that I genuinely enjoyed. And then memories come back. I was in the studio with them the last time. It was me, my brother, and my cousin Terrence. We was in the stoop just making music, writing, and that was the last memory of being around my pops that I really enjoy, being in the studio making music. Yeah. I enjoyed fishing with my dad. Mom, I don't really have, we have a lot of memories with her, but just to enjoy her presence and it just be me, my siblings, and her, that's something that she always expressed to me. Like, I just wish I could have took y'all to like Disney World, or took y'all to out more and did this and that. And I always let my mom know, don't carry that weight because you can't do it alone. Don't carry that weight. You did what you could, and you had the support that you could have. And my grandmother and grandfather couldn't do much. My grandma worked, and my granddad got to a place where he was just destabilized, and he was the sole provider. But my grandma also wanted her own, so she worked until she retired, and she's still working in childcare. So a lot of my childhood was spent with my grandma. And I had some memories of me staying with my grandmother on my paternal side, and I would just be in the bed with her watching King of the Hill, and we would get up and cook breakfast. And my uncle Twan, he had a dog named Kojak. I remember this one core memory of me and my brother was playing on the porch, and Kojak just came up and attacked me, but he was really just playing. He was licking me on my face, and my grandma was like, "Get off of my baby! Get off of my baby!" And I also remember just spending time with my great grandmother, and she used to let me put. I'm over here like core memories, and then I'm digging in the back of my memories, and things are just coming to the forefront. But my great grandma used to let me put Vaseline in her hair and comb it, and I just remember that. And she used to also fix me coffee, and I would drink the coffee, and people would be like, "Y'all know that superstition? You drink coffee, it'll stop your growth, and you'll be short, and this and that." I used to think that subconsciously, like, am I short because I drink coffee? But I don't drink coffee. But back then, my grandma would share some with me. I got so many memories that were suppressed due to like depression and just me losing sight of myself. At one point, I started viewing myself separate, and I remember me and my brother just sitting down, and I'm talking to him, I'm opening up to him, being vulnerable. I was just like, I don't remember most of my childhood. It was really because of depression that like suppressed a lot of just my roots and where I came from and what I experienced. I have a lot of just inner work that I had to just work on. I just had to work on a lot of just inner work to remove just the distortions and let me see my life and opportunities and like let me see myself again, you know? Just going through depression by yourself and isolating yourself and just getting in a very dark space due to like self-conflicting thoughts and like self-sabotaging beliefs that you just start to adopt due to just you being in that low vibrational state. And then the people around you also impacts just your vibration. So it's really crucial that you keep reminders around you, have an altar, have pictures around you, journal, and keep your journals. Like my first journal, when I disenrolled from my junior year, I disenrolled, and then I went to this Air Force base to get my GED, and I just was journaling every day. And then I had my old journal back at home that I left, that I was like, I don't know if I should have left that. Because before I left, it disappeared, but then it reappeared. And I'm like, I hope nobody didn't go through my journal. I just don't. That's sacred to me. And that journal specifically, I burnt after this situationship with this guy who I was just infatuated with. He was older. And after that situation, I listened to Miss Romantic by Cleo Soul. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And that shit just shifted everything in me. Like, first off, it really stemmed from, like, me chasing after older men stemmed from just that lack of a paternal figure, you know, that lack of a leader in my life, somebody to inspire me, speak life into me, like, actually concerned about me, like. But for the longest, I disregarded how I felt and was just looking at my siblings. What relationship did they have? And then I met a friend that was just like, no. Because they did the same thing. They judged their relationship with their father based off of what they observed from the interactions that their father had with others and their siblings and their mother and father or whatever. How I know that I could trust somebody is if I see that they have healthy boundaries, healthy standards, and stand by that. Integrity's there. You stand on your word, you know? And even if you're in a less fortunate situation, you still show up. Presence. It's just presence. That's all you need. That's all the child needs is presence, intimacy, genuine support. But I never, that's my thing. I've never forced my parents to just be this perfect thing or put them on a pedestal and just expect them to give me the world. I never expected that. And I was just telling my cousin that. I was just like, I don't have no expectations, because for the longest I just had to accept what was given and be okay with that. Now, of course, you got your dissatisfactions and you got your unsteadiness. It's just like, this could be better. You observing and you comparing, and no need to compare. Like, your situation, this life that God provided for you is a unique one. Is a unique one, man, and you shouldn't take that for granted. And my sister was just like, you gotta honor your mother and father or whatever. But I feel like that's just, especially coming from very neglective, like when your parents neglect you, it's just like they want you to be the bigger person, and then be like, no, you gotta honor them because da 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 da, whatever excuse to justify like their absence, their neglect. But I tried so hard to really like just let those imaginary problems just dissolve and try to just see the opportunities in it. But I still haven't talked to my father in like a couple of months because I don't know. A lot of the times you want to feel needed. I'm 19 and I shouldn't have to carry the weight of I shouldn't have to carry that. And it's not mine to carry. I know when I talk to him, it's going to be all love and we're going to catch up and I'm going to let him know what I've been doing, how I've been living my life and my goals and aspirations. I aspire to be a child. I aspire to just get up and move my body every day. I aspire to connect with the elements, to love on my community, to see my neighbor as I see myself. I aspire to see my mother and father as I see myself, you know? I've done the inner work to let go of the resentment in my heart, you know? Because I feel like when you be honest with yourself, you have more of a mature perspective of things. It's not you. It's all of us trying to create something out of this thing that we are trying to connect to, which is creation. Like, whatever you put your faith in, or whatever you worship, whatever you just praise, that's what you praise. But to judge the next man for his practices and try to condemn him and say that what you're doing is demonic, I can't be around that. And that's what my father did. Tried to say my practices are demonic, and I would express to him growing up wasn't easy. You know what I mean? It's been so much that we have experienced that he didn't witness or that he didn't support us through. And of course, you're not going to know how to show up all the time because you wasn't there. I tried to explain that to my uncle. I'm just like, you don't know because you're not there. I'm just like, why am I even saying this? Why am I trying to explain my situation when people who are supposed to be my leader, supposed to be my hero, supposed to be my guide, like my guidance in life because they've experienced shit that I won't have to, supposed to support you and do the best that they can to just provide you resources, people to talk to, you know? I don't have to run after you. I don't have to chase after you for resources when it's abundant. So, I don't know how this turned into core memory, into like resolution base. We all can have resources and eat and share and collectively just rise in frequency. That's what this video turned into. And this would be my post for the day. Opening up a lot more about just how I feel, about everything, like sexuality, community, just spirituality in general, which everything is spiritual. But my main fight in life has been sexuality, has been sex work, has been sexual trauma, healing, generational trauma. That has just been like the theme of just my existence. So I feel like that'll be eventually something that I really step into, is just being a leader, until I can be a mentor and actually provide services. I'm doing my own work. So, and it's unique. It's going to be different. So, me also relinquishing the judgment of my stage right now. Like, what energy I'm vibrating in right now. That doesn't matter. I can just be in flow. And that's what I'm telling you, Reflection. Be in flow. Trust in your craft. Trust in your intuition. Because everything is falling in place. You just have to let God work. I love you.